I was only 17 when I found out I was pregnant. The moment I told my parents, everything changed. Their disappointment was sharp, their silence louder than any shouting could have been. I begged them to let me keep the baby. I promised I'd work, I'd do night school, anything, but their minds were made up. "We're thinking of your future," my mother said, folding laundry as if she hadn't just decided to erase a part of me. I gave birth in a small private clinic outside the city. They told me I wouldn't be allowed to hold her. "It'll only make it harder," the nurse said. But I heard her cry just once and then silence. The next day, they discharged me and brought me home. My bedroom looked exactly the same posters, the same photos of a childhood I no longer belonged to. But I wasn't the same girl. That first night back, I lay awake wondering what she looked like. Did she have my eyes? Was she warm? Was she loved? I named her Hannah in my heart, even though I never signed any birth certificate. No one in my family ever mentioned her again. It was as if she never existed, but I knew better, and I never stopped waiting for the day she might find me. Life moved on, at least that's what everyone expected me to do. I finished school, got a job, smiled in photos, laughed at dinner parties, but inside there was always a question I couldn't answer. Where is she now? Every year on the same day, her birthday, I lit a candle. Sometimes I'd whisper, "Happy birthday, Hannah," even though I didn't know what name they gave her. I never married, not because no one asked, but because no one ever fit. How could I give my heart to someone else when a piece of it had been taken and lost? I tried to find her once. When I was 30, I contacted the clinic, but they had shut down years earlier. The adoption records were sealed. I wasn't listed as the legal mother. Legally, it was as if I had nothing to do with her. So I waited. Quietly, I watched teenage girls on buses and in cafes, wondering if any of them could be mine. I'd catch myself staring too long. Once a girl asked me, "Do I know you?" And I smiled and said, "No, sorry." But in my heart, I wanted to scream maybe. Then, one Tuesday afternoon, just another normal day, someone knocked on my door. I wasn't expecting anyone, no packages, no friends stopping by, but something inside me knew. I walked slowly to the door and opened it. She stood there, young, beautiful, uncertain. Her hands were shaking. She spoke first. "Are you Rebecca?" "Yes," I whispered. She hesitated, her eyes filling with tears. I think you're my mother." I felt the world stop. For years I had imagined this moment, practiced it in my head, but no words came. I just reached out and pulled her into my arms. We stood there in the doorway, holding each other like we had never let go. After a few minutes, we moved to the couch. My hands trembled as I handed her a glass of water. I couldn't stop staring at her face, her eyes, her nose, her smile. She did have my eyes. Her name was Emma. She had grown up knowing she was adopted. Her parents were kind, loving, open about everything. They had supported her search, and one day she found an old letter, a note from the nurse who had cared for me after birth, tucked into her adoption file. It was unsigned but said, "Your birth mother named you Hannah in her heart." That was the thread she pulled. She found me through an old school registry, and then here she was. We talked for hours. She asked me why I let her go, and I told her the truth. That I never wanted to, that I fought, that I prayed she would know she was never abandoned, only taken. She cried. I cried. We sat in silence and then in laughter as we filled in the missing years like puzzle pieces. Emma told me she had always felt something was missing, not love. Her adoptive parents gave her that in abundance, but a shadow of a question. Where do I come from? Who do I look like? What's the story before my story began? Now she had answers, and I had her. That weekend, she came back with a photo album, one I had never seen, filled with her life. Birthday parties, school plays, her first bike. I had missed it all, but I was there now. We lit a candle together that night, like I had done every year. But this time we lit it for joy, not longing. Before she left, she hugged me again and whispered, "Thank you for naming me Hannah." I laughed through my tears. It was always your name in my heart. Sometimes miracles don't come when you pray for them. Sometimes they come when you no longer expect them, but you've left the door open anyway, and when they knock, you answer.